Him was not it. That's all I got. The other day, I got to watch Him, the 2025 horror movie produced by Jordan Peele, but not directed. That's important to know. And honestly, I didn't think it was really all that great. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first trailer that I saw and it being produced by Jordan Peele got me to go see this movie. It was really interesting. It looked really, creepy in a way, so I was just excited to see it. Saw the promotional, and I knew there was going to be some horror aspect to this, like obviously based on the first trailer. And it's such a shame too, because the main actor Marlon, funny enough, he got into some beef with Soulja Boy like a while ago, talking about movies that he's been in. I don't think this is one of those movies that I'm going to say he did his best in. And he's a fine actor. I don't know if he's been in any other things, recently. But yeah, I just really don't think he was really meant for this movie, and I'll get into that as I talk about it. First things first, I just want to talk about the acting and performances by the main cast. There really isn't that many characters in this film. There's really like 3 main characters, maybe 4. The main character is Tyreek Withers, playing Cameron, who is this up-and-coming quarterback who's the GOAT. He's super talented. He's the best in his town. Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. Everyone wants to fuck him. And he has a chance to play for the Saviors football team, which is a fake, NFL-like team. Also, for the sake of this review, I'm just gonna call the league the NFL because I don't even know if they even said if there was a league name. Yeah, he's gonna play for the Saviors team, and this team currently has a quarterback who is also the GOAT right now, or the greatest football player ever, played by Marlon, who had at one point had like a crazy injury where his bone was like sticking out of his knee. It was like literally it was a life-ending injury, but he somehow kept playing and he won himself 8 rings. So yeah, he's the GOAT. Funny enough, they had him win 1 more ring more than Tom Brady. I don't know if they were just trying to have him be that much better, but yeah, it could just be a thing where they were just trying to show off and be, snarky with it. I don't know. Right before Cade, that's his name, the character's name, gets the trial for this team, he actually has also a life-ending injury, but he ends up being fine. He just has like stitches and like a crazy concussion, and he was still allowed to still play football, even though in real life that would never fucking happen. His career would be over then and there, but for some reason the doctor was like, hey, it's okay if you really want to keep playing football, I'm not going to stop you. So he then gets an opportunity to train for the Saviors, but he has to go through this 7-day boot camp, and that's when he meets Isaiah White, played by Marlon, like I mentioned. And yeah, as training keeps going, he realizes that shit keeps getting fucked up and more crazy. The whole Saviors also has this like fan base that are kind of cult-like, and they do become kind of psychopaths towards the entire movie. Where they do the training and boot camp and all that, there's actually fans outside the training place, which is kind of weird. Also, where they train is like kind of in the middle of nowhere, which is also kind of strange. And throughout the film, Cade just doesn't question any of this. He just thinks this is all perfectly normal. Like, it's pretty obvious based on the first trailer that, yeah, this football team is pretty fucked up. It's a cult. It's pretty satanic. And Cade the entire time just doesn't give a shit. He's not fazed whatsoever. He doesn't bother to ask any questions about why this place is the way it is. That's honestly his reaction throughout the entire film as well. Like, I kid you not, like, he literally just shrugs his shoulders and moves along when he sees people getting bloodied and beat the fuck up. And that goes into the acting part I finally wanted to mention. I don't think anyone did a great job as far as acting. Tyreek Withers playing Cade, he just was bored the entire film. At least he gave that off. Like, I didn't see anything from him. I didn't really get a character from this guy. And Marlon's character was overacted. And I know that sounds crazy, but it seems like he was trying way too hard with this role, and he was probably just trying to have fun with it. And it does work, and sometimes there's just some areas where it just does not work, and Marlon is just breaking my immersion. Like, it's impossible with this cast and the way they're acting to take this movie serious whatsoever. There's also this character named Elise White, who's like this sensational, influencer who sells a bunch of sex products and all that, and she's married to Isaiah, played by Julia Fox, and she's just kind of forgettable. She does have somewhat of an important role, but not really. Cade does have family members, but they're so forgettable, and they kind of don't even... they're not even that important throughout the film. Also, there's also Cade's manager and his, personal trainer who's just there throughout the film, but doesn't make any lasting impressions on me. And I'll get more into Cade's manager because, oh boy, do I have something to say. Yeah, acting could have been better. It's wasn't really that great. I didn't really buy any performances. I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was kind of just stale, but Marlon tried his best, but I feel like he was doing too much. They had this soundtrack throughout the film where it just played a bunch of rap songs, and I don't know, I guess I should just be crucified for saying that. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like rap songs, and I like rap. I like some rap, I should say. But the music they chose was kind of garbage, and it just kind of just broke my immersion. It's as if you were like playing like the Madden NFL games, and you just hear this random rap song, and there's just no meaning or substance behind it at all. It's like they just wanted to sound cool. The writing is pretty dumb. I don't really want to get into spoilers too much, but something happens towards the end of the film where one character just opens up and explains every single thing because I guess the audience is too stupid to get it, and it's just so bad. Like, there was just no reason for them to do that at all. Also not the most interesting writing. Like, yeah, it's one of these movies where, oh, something creepy's happening subtly, and then the character's gonna realize it sooner or later. The trailer pretty much does give this away anyway as well. There were some pretty good editing moments here and there in the film, although I don't really like it when there's, like, seizure moments, you know, moments where there's just so many flashing colors and lights. They really should be warning people who watch these types of movies because they could really hurt someone. But other than that, the movie was pretty well edited. There was some moments that actually got a bit of a jolt out of me because I was like, oh shit, what's going on? Then the editing just plays into that feeling. Like, there's this moment where you think something just happened, but then they pull the old switcheroo and it turns the tables and it's like, oh wow, that happened. Yeah, camera work, they actually did a pretty good job. I will say the camera work also played into like the intensity of the film. It was like a very well-toned film, I will say. Despite all the characters in the film kind of just being laughable at times, it's still a pretty serious movie. They really did do all that they can with the set pieces. Like, they did go outside, they did show off the area around the training camp. Like I said, it was pretty much in the middle of a desert, so at least they take advantage of that. There was some decent camera shots, I will say. Like, the movie, like, overall, I will say, was just styled really well. Like, I feel like if the same people who made this film were to make something else, they would probably make a really good movie that I would really recommend and saying that it's good. I can kind of understand the meaning behind this film in a way. Like, there's some things that I kind of took away where it's like, oh, don't sign your soul away to this, like, life-changing money and experience and clout and all that. Maybe this movie was trying to tug on some strings when it comes to, like, how certain men out there are too masculine and beating the shit out of them isn't the answer. I don't really know if that's really what they were going for. That's just a thought that I had in my head, and I don't really know if it really means anything more, but that's just the way I saw it. I don't know. Again, just something I thought of, but, you know, it's probably not even about that, for all I know. Maybe it could play into everything about, like, not putting something over religion, or maybe something about not worshiping your heroes. Yeah, again, it could be anything. I'm kind of just rambling, but that's just what I have for the meaning and theme of this film. And yeah, honestly, overall, that's really all I really want to say about this film. I didn't regret watching it, but I really wished it was a lot better. Being produced by Jordan Peele really was a, you know, good shot for this movie. Nobody would have watched this fucking movie if it wasn't for his name being on it, and because of that, also, Jordan Peele can't take full responsibility because he's just a producer. I'm sure he had some involvement in the film. Like, this film seems like something he would cook up or at least think about, but this didn't really live up to, you know, his movies. And I actually really like Jordan Peele's movies. I don't really think he's made or produced a really bad film, but for this movie, I will say it's kind of mid. Like I said earlier, I don't regret watching it. It's pretty enjoyable, pretty goofy. You shouldn't really take it too seriously. I really wish it was a lot better because there are some areas where I was like, oh wow, this is actually pretty good, but there's just so many other things that's like keeping this movie down, primarily with its like performances from its actors and actresses. The soundtrack was kind of dumb and garbage, and the overall writing of this film is just kind of goofy. Really, those are like the big primary things. So I'm just gonna give it a good old 5 out of 10. I think it was just in the middle of everything. Not bad, not good, just mid, which really just means that it's just fine. Like, don't expect too much out of it. Like, it's got some issues, but it's got some things worth watching. And who knows, maybe it's just the right film for October, because it's October 2nd as the time I'm recording this. But yeah, that's him, the GOAT. That was him, alright. And yeah, that's all I really want to say about this film. Everyone, you have a great rest of your day.